Hey guys, this is Chris Dudley with the Dudley Real Estate Group, and I'm here with Matt Kucinich, who's a licensed settlement agent in Virginia, Maryland, and DC with Stewart Title. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Chris, thanks for having me.
Okay. Matt, can you tell our viewers what is title insurance?
Absolutely, Chris. Title insurance is protection against covered losses that typically come up with a purchase of a property. So most of the time we're working with individuals who are buying homes. So this can be different recorded documents that affect the value of the property or things that we couldn't discover through a normal title search, even though we went through the transaction thoroughly. So title insurance protects against loss on value of the property. And when you have something like that come up, you would place a claim with your title underwriter, which in most cases with Stewart is us.
So, quick question, title insurance covers against what again?
A monetary loss affecting the value of the property or the ability to sell the property. So for example, sometimes people will have work done on the home, but then there'll be a dispute over the payment. This can come up in a mechanics lien where a contractor worked on the home, provided a service, but weren't paid for that service. The contractor can go record a lien on the property that needs to be paid before the home can be sold. Sometimes these come up even after the transaction occurs and then come up when the owner goes to sell the property later. That would be a covered item under our title insurance.
Hey, Matt, what types of policies are there for title insurance?
Absolutely. So there are a few kinds of title insurance options that you can go with. If you are getting a loan with the purchase of your property, your lender is going to require what's called lender's title insurance. And this is a title insurance policy that protects the lender against the money that they are lending you on the property if any title issues were to arise. As a homeowner, you have two different options that you can go with. You have a standard policy and then what's called a homeowners or enhanced policy. The homeowners policy was crafted by the American Land Title Association for homeowners to have specific coverages that benefit them. The standard policy is more like a commercial property for entities, for businesses. So when purchasing a home, typically if you are buying as an individual, it's worth going for the homeowners policy.
Matt, how does title insurance work moving up to the sale and after the sale?
Absolutely. So the good news with what we do is that every transaction is different, but the process is the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the courthouse and look up what's recorded on that property. So if you're looking to buy a home, we'll typically go back 60 years or more to see who owned that property. Did they have a loan? Or did they have any liens or judgments or things that would attach to that property that need to get cleared before you purchase the property? You definitely don't want to buy a home that has issues on it that are going to become your problems if you were to buy the property. So our job as the title company is to do the forensic research to see what exists and what we need to take care of. Does the seller have a current loan that's open? Then that needs to be paid off at settlement as you are buying your home. Now, here's where title insurance comes in. We ensure that these things that need to be transferred or taken care of or paid off occur at settlement, but they don't always do, which actually happened to me on my home. When title issues typically come up, it's going to come up after the sale of your property, after you forgot about everything that we did when you purchased the home. So what happened in my case is we went to refinance our property about 4 years after we bought it, and the seller's loan wasn't properly satisfied down at the courthouse. So we called our title insurance underwriter and we placed a claim, and they were able to take care of the issue for us so we could move forward with our refinance. So that's typically when title problems come up, is after the sale of the property, after you've bought the home, and the title insurer raises their hand and says, we'll take care of these covered items.
Right. Hey, Matt, I always get this question. Is title insurance really worth it? And I especially get that question from people buying new construction from a big, large builder.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a new home. How can there be any issues on it? So my response to that is that you're not just buying the building, you're buying the land, and land is very old. So our number one loss across the entire title insurance industry is new construction. which is funny because you're like, well, why would that happen on a new home? Title insurance is going to protect you against any claims of value again on the property. So when you have something like a new development or a new construction, whether it's a single home or it's one of 1,000 in a row, there's a lot that's been done to that property, a lot of work, a lot of people who want to get paid. If there are any issues or disagreements, then we get a lot of things like mechanics liens, or if the bank didn't like the way that the developer did what they did for construction, there could be an issue with the loan. So there are a lot of issues that come up because of how much has changed on that land, and that's where your title insurance will protect you. Also, in new construction, typically your deed is going to be a special warranty deed, meaning that only the current owner is certifying that they didn't do anything to impact the value of the property or the title, but not anybody who owned it prior to. Typically, in a resale transaction, you have what's called a general warranty deed, meaning the seller is promising that anybody from the beginning of time and themselves didn't do anything to impact your purchase. So the liability gap is there from your deed, and that's where your title insurance comes in. The builder is going to warrant their ownership, and then your title insurance will cover owners and issues prior to. So on new construction, it's a very good idea to get title insurance.
Great answer. Thank you. Hey, Matt, what does title insurance usually cost? Is it a one-time fee, a monthly fee, or is it something that is really different for each house?
That's a great question, and we get that often. So it depends on the state that you are buying the property in. Whether you have a place like Maryland or DC, those are stated rate states where our rates are set and cannot be changed. In Virginia, we can quote and negotiate for the title insurance, which usually means our cost is a little bit lower in Virginia compared to our stated rate states. But we have a rate book, and it's based on the value of the property and if you're getting a loan, on how much the loan is. So typically your title insurance is going to be anywhere from $3, $4 to $5 per thousand. And we'd be glad to provide a quote for the specific property that you're going to be purchasing.
Hey, Matt, can you tell me more about how Stewart Title works with international clients?
Absolutely. So Stewart Title is not only just a national title company, we are an international title company. So we're very familiar with working with foreign investors in real estate in the United States. Whether you're buying domestically or in another country, Stewart has experience with working globally. So that gives us the ability to have people who need to sign from overseas or wire from overseas. We accept international wires to our escrow account, and we can also facilitate signings from other countries. So we're very easy to work with for our international purchasers.
Cool. Hey guys, this was Matt Kucinich with Stewart Title. Matt, tell our viewers how they can reach you.
Absolutely. You can reach me at matt.kucinich@stewart.com. I also have WhatsApp if that's something that you like to communicate with, and it's on my cell phone, which will be in my contact information provided. But we work with lots of clients from here, there, and wherever, and we'd love to work with you on your next transaction.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on today, Matt. Have a great day.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me.